This is your last chance. After this, there is no turning back. You take the blue pill, the story ends. You wake up in your bed and believe whatever you want to believe. You take the red pill, you stay in Wonderland, and I show you how deep the rabbit hole goes. Remember, all I'm offering is the truth, nothing more.
What people don't understand about SYSBM and MGTOW. Woken Red Pill here. Subscribe to my channel, like the video, share the video, let me know what you think. Those of you who is new to this, I welcome you and God bless. All is welcome. And here I go. So, as I've been looking around my sector, my area where I live at, where I normally go to work, everything may be picture perfect. Every day may be normal, but it's actually not. And the more I see it, the more I talk to people, the more I notice them pick up on a lot of bullcrap. I smell the bullcrap from a mile away. I smell it. I sense it. I could taste it. I could feel it. It's only a matter of time before things hits rock bottom, things collapse, and society gets worse. Things is not going to get better. I am not going to live this delusional mindset. As hurt as I may be with how the future may be going, I feel for my kids. I feel for the next generation after Gen Z, because a lot of people is going to have another thing coming. College degrees is no longer going to be valued. It's almost like you're getting a high school diploma, because the more people that is in the trend, the more the value is decreased. That's like getting a video game. If theirs is a quantity of over 1 billion games sold worldwide, and they constantly keep making copies of it, after a while, the market value for that video game is going to decrease, because it's available to anybody to get their hands on. Okay? If it was the same for women, for a lot of men, then many people would have been married, many people would have been in relationships, many people would not be complaining online. SYSBM and MGTOW would not be a thing. I can't get angry or mad at the men who wants to opt out of dating in American society till this day. And there's men who is MGTOW in other countries. That should tell you a lot. I was on Solo TV 84 stream yesterday. Shout out to Solo TV 84. And he actually made a clear point. People, such as women, that are very delusional, hypergamous, in most cases, not all, but most cases, how everything is, that is on social media, they expect guys like Future, famous celebrities, jocks, athletes, LeBron James, whoever you want to name, anybody you want to name, that's big in the star, Hollywood, right? That's very well known. If they were to all of a sudden go MGTOW or talk about MGTOW or SYSBM, it would hit mainstream, it will become popular, and majority of women that are chasing these men or lusting after these men will be concerned to do research to look it up, and they'll find a way to shame men. And there will be some, of course, that men will claim to be chameleons, or to say all women are not like that. And I have my respect. I have my own beliefs. I'm aware of how the dating market and the dating scene is. That's why, even for myself, I even told my spouse I would choose not to go back onto the dating field if anything was to happen between us. Okay? And I'm not thinking negative. I'm not. I'm just being realistic. If anything was to happen between me and my spouse and our marriage, I would not think twice onto going back onto the dating field, because it's a headache. Every time when I see the bullcrap, the complaining online, I see in real life, I see on the media, this is all that you're seeing. There's not, people could say that there's more good than the evil, but it's the other way around. I'm just being honest. You want to be positive all you want. There's always going to be good out there, but at the same time, you have to be realistic. There's more evil in this world than good. Let's just face it. You could be a good person but have evil tendencies. And people have to admit, we all have an evil side that's in us. Whether we want to accept that, work on it or not. That's just the truth in the end of the day. MGTOW and SYSBM is a result of the bullcrap that's going on in America. A lot of men does complain about women for a reason, but they should also be blaming and looking at the system for favoring a lot of the laws to go against men. And it's completely understandable why men brings up women in every argument, and it makes a lot of sense. That's the problem that a lot of men choose not to see. And those who choose not to see the actual problem, they're not going to be able to find a solution. And if you're not in the law, or you're not in the top elites or the top dogs to be able to change the law or change the system, then there's nothing you could do but complain. But when you complain, you're wasting your time and your energy. This is why I recommend a lot of men that are in this type of situations that are single. I'm not persuading anyone to go MGTOW, SYSBM when I'm not even like that myself. But from my point of view, from my outside circle, looking at things from the inside out, I could completely understand why a lot of men are choosing to be SYSBM and MGTOW. They may not claim the label, but there's a lot of guys who practices that lifestyle. They practice it hardcore, and a lot of men are not afraid to admit that. People may question me like, "Oh, but you have Red Pill on your channel. How come you're in a relationship?" Look, I'm associating my type of Red Pill based off accepting reality for what it is. I'm not basing it off only on women, and that's what a lot of men like to do. They like to mainly take the Red Pill and only relate it to women only, when it's more about that. It's more about accepting reality. It's more about seeing reality for what it is. That's what it's about. It's not about just women, this and that, the problems that women did to me. It should be more than that. Accepting reality for what it is, how the system works, how life works, how the college degrees works, how the scams work, and just seeing reality from a blueprint view. Looking at everything from a 2020 lens. Seeing reality for what it is. This is what I see for Red Pill to be. I've accepted it, I come to live with it, and I'm not going to argue with it. And I said this many, many times before. Many times. Okay? Reality is completely different from living in a fantasy, because that fantasy will never come to be a reality. It will never will. It's always going to remain a fantasy. So for a lot of people that rather hold on to a lot of bitterness, and you want to stress about what other men are doing, you got to worry about yourself. That's my advice to some people that has a problem with SYSBM and MGTOW. I have no problem with them. I admit I did a lot of wrong things myself, and I said a lot of crap about MGTOW men and SYSBM in the past, but I came to realize, you know what? I don't blame them. If I was in that position right now, I honestly would rather not want to be in the dating pool where I have to stress myself out to find a partner. It's basically you're putting yourself in a forceful situation where you need a woman. And in the end of the day, God made an order. When there's no order in the home and there's no cooperation, then there's no order. Order does not exist when other people that does not want to be part of the order. It's going to be chaos. That's like being a teacher. If there's no people to teach or no kids to teach, then there's no point in teaching. Then getting that degree and being a teacher is useless. It's pointless. You're chasing a dream that you can't accomplish or work with. That's basically what it is for a lot of men who are in certain situations. You're born to look a certain way. That's how it's going to be. And for my own belief, being a big believer in God, look, you could beg and pray all you want. You can, if you have any faith. But if you have any generosity and respect for yourself, do the right thing and do what you have to do. Any relationship is not for everybody. You can't complain over something you can't control or change. You can only change your outlook on life, and you can only change yourself. At the end of the day, no one can't change your mind but you. You have a choice of what environment makes you of as a person, as a man, and a human being. Okay? I'm not caping for any woman. I don't agree on the terms of simping. I agree with the terms of respect and order and gratification and clear knowledge and understanding of how the system works, how life works, and how things in reality works. That's what I see. I'm going to look at the world from a 2020 rear view, accepting reality for what it is. I have much respect for a lot of men who chooses to go this route. Am I condoning? Am I saying that, yeah, I'm going to root for you guys? No. I'm basically just that guy that I'm going to remain neutral, and I'm going to be understanding and know to the fact that people are going to choose to do what they want to do in the end of the day. You can't force or change anyone's mind on the things that you wish for them to change. Everyone has a free will. We all know what's good and what's evil. But how this world is heavily allowing and saying it's okay to do certain things, then those are people's downfall. Whether what lifestyle they want to choose or not, if it's horrible, then they're gonna face remaining consequences, and that's all on them. Okay. And for my last video, how MGTOW is a result of from how this biased the system is against men, just like the child support system. I could completely understand, because my dad was on child support before. He told me how it was like, and it was not very pretty at all. And there was times my mom lied about certain stuff, and I'm just being honest with you. I had to find out stuff myself as I gotten a lot older, which I can't be pissed off at my mom for it. We all make mistakes. We all understand how male nature is and female nature is. Subconsciously, there's a lot of things that women and men both do on a certain degree that we don't even realize ourselves, because God placed that in us. Okay? It's always going to be remaining there. Just as examples, women being more emotional, while men naturally being more winners and being the more breadwinners to work on the fields and do the handcrafty works. Okay? If that makes sense to you. Now, I'm aware of the quarantine. I'm aware of the changes that might impact the society. But as a man, seeing how things are going, if I was in the same position as most MGTOW men are, SYSBM guys who are single, no kids or anything like that, do you. Okay? Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Everyone finds their own way themselves. Everyone knows what's right and what's wrong at the end of the day. Okay? As a believer of God, I know there's a higher being out there. His existence is real to me. And I accepted that. And I accepted the red pill society for what it is. I don't want to be ignorant to society and think that everything is la la land, everything is beautiful, when it's not. In the end of the day, it's not. A lot of things is not perfect. Many things in society is not perfect, and this world is only going to get worse. That's just point blank. People may not like the truth, but this is reality, and I'm sorry. A lot of things is going to lose a lot of value in the future. The more people goes to college, then what else is a lot of people going to have left after they graduate? What else is a lot of people going to have left if things in society was so easy to get? But then they don't realize that access to those resources and those jobs, those situations, is not available at all. Look at the world from a 2020 view. See reality for what it is. I fully respect men who are SYSBM and MGTOW. I'm not going to argue with you. I know everyone's going to have their own philosophy, their own understanding, the things that they want to do in the end of the day. I'm not going to argue about that. And I'm not. And I can completely understand. This is reality at its finest. This is Welcome to Red Pill here. Peace out. Let me know what you think.